Welcome back to the channel, guys. Just a quick update on the 83 GTI that I'm putting together here. I had a comment the other day. One guy said, oh, you know, you're not the first guy that's doing it. I know I'm not the first guy that's doing it. I mean, it's been done a bunch of times, but it's nice to see other guys doing it. So I'm one of the other guys doing it, and I'm just posting it. So if you guys are out there putting one together, maybe wanted to do a VR6 or 1.8 T swap on the Cabriolet that I did a 1.8 T swap. I mean, I run into a bunch of different stuff. I mean, if I were to do another one now, it'll probably be a lot faster, but this is kind of where I'm at right now on the 83 GTI. I'm hoping to have a lot of more progress by next week. So just a quick update of what's going on here. Let me go ahead and show you guys what's going on here. So I still got the dash taken apart, and I have to get that heater box in. So let me go ahead and flip the screen. I got the screen flipped here. Let me back this lens back up a little bit. I'm working off my iPhone. I mean, I got other cameras and stuff, but it takes too long to edit because I don't got time for all that. So you can see this heater box. I had an extra one, but then it fell off the shelf and I cracked it here. I need to change out the evaporator, which I have somewhere in here. I got an O2 sensor in here, an extra one. I got speaker rings. So I got my door cards in. So I got these door cards, these plastic ones on eBay, the rear ones and the front ones. And then I have door lock actuators on here. So the actuators are going to be controlled through an alarm system, which I'll show you that. I did these. I thought this was cool. I saw these on a Porsche, and I thought they might be cool on here. The only thing red I'm going to have in this car is just that, the seat belts, and then I'm doing the upholstery, just the middle of the Recaro here, and when I do the rear seats. So I got this material from some dude up in Turkey, and it's the material that GTI uses, and it's got the padding in it and everything. So that's what's going to be on the center seats here, and we'll get the Recaro put in, and then I'm going to try to match the rear seats to it. I got a pair of rabbit seats up there that I got to get reupholsterized and then get them winding up for the back. I'm not going to have that done though for Euro tripping. I'm just going to bring another piece out here and just do like a rear seat delete for right now. I'm going to get that back section done and, you know, get that upholsterized, hopefully get the windows in by next week. I lost my rear door lock, so I ordered one. Ordered it out of London, and surprisingly, it made it here to Florida in a week, which is pretty fast. But I've been debating about speakers because I was going to put speakers back here in these door cards, but I like how it looks so clean. So I am going to put the whole panel back here. Sorry, guys. And I'm going to put speakers on the rear panels and then on the center of that. So I'll have 4 speakers in the back, a little 8-inch sub be hidden there, and I'm going to black it off, even though when I do the rear seat delete until I get it upholsterized. As far as this goes, I was going to put speakers up here, but as you can see with the speaker ring, it hits the window roll down thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put them down here where they go. But there's a bar that comes, a metal bar that comes here. And I guess that's for the window mechanism that goes in here. But I think with the spacer, I should be able to clear that. So I'm going to go ahead and put a spacer here. And then I'm going to put in kicker speakers, which I have in the back. I already wired for the speaker and for the window regulator. So this is a 16.4 wire. And I got my speaker wire here. And then I have the actuator door going. I ran my own wiring for the stereo system, so I'm not going to be using none of that. Still got to hook up this heater box. I got to put in these handles that go in. They clip out right here that hold the Cabriolet dashboard. And I got to put in all the plumbing for the air conditioning because I'm going to be running AC. So a lot of guys that do VR6 swaps don't run AC, but I live in Florida and I got to have AC. And I got to have power steering because driving a car without power steering sucks. Again, I got my volt gauge here. I have my oil oil pressure gauge here. Then I have the temperature for the radiator there for the antifreeze. And then I have here is the fuel pressure gauge. So I'm running that due to all the fuel lines that we ran and upgraded the fuel pump, just to make sure if anything pops or if anything happens that I can at least look down at my gauges. I was going to run the original cluster in here. And if you guys saw my short, I did something different. So I'll show you that again. I just want to see what this is going to be covered on. I got to just address some of the upholstery here so then I can start doing this headliner, which I'm scared of. But I found these little clips from, believe it or not, from a Barracuda, an old school muscle car, and they have the bows, and those clips fit fine here. So what I'm going to be using with that is I got these rods right here, and I picked these up at Home Depot, these little rods, and then you'll bend them, cut them, and then we'll put the headliner in once I cut it. But pretty much what you do with the headliner is you sew a little area where your rods are going to go, and then once you sew it like this from the outside, you'll have an opening in here, and then that'll push the headliner back. So I'll get the rods in first, and then I'll mark with a crayon to know where I'm going to sew, and then I'm going to just use that material that I have in the hood just to mock one up just to see how it fits, so I don't mess up my actual material that I have. So I'm going to mess with that first and make sure I get it right. There's still, clay bar to do, some touch up on the paint until I get some spots repainted. Got that door carton, like I said, got the new handles in, got new roll down windows put in, so I got those in. I got to get the knee bar in, which the screws go on the side and this doesn't have it, so I got to figure that out. Let's see what else. I decided to put the stock tail lights in. I just think it looks so much cooler. I don't care if you see my plate, that doesn't matter to me. I got to make sure the fender flares are in. I got to adjust the BC coilover suspension. And right now, the wire that you see on the floor is just me testing the alarm wire, because yesterday I was checking to see if my actuators work. But if you could see, if I left this plugged in, let me see. See? So all that off of this. So before I go ahead and start putting this in here, I have to clean up this beehive of wire that's back here. I got to get it all situated, taped up, and get it to where it's got to go. So then I could go ahead and start putting the alarm in. And then we got the ECU that's going in here too, and I 3D printed a bracket for that, which I'll show you here in a minute. You can see the doors automatically locked in here, so that's weird. I got to get the emergency brake in. I got this cool handle from a friend of mine, and then I got the button that goes right here, which I got to go ahead and put that in. I got to clean this up, take all those off, clean this up, probably paint it to make sure it matches the dashboard, because we painted that. Schematics of how I did the relays. So right now I just soldered these relays, but I'm going to stop at the store and pick up pins and then redo the relays. I'll throw those out to the side, and I got 2 more new relays, and I'm going to go ahead and just wire those in correctly and make sure I get those in there. That's for the alarm system, so that we get that working, and then clean up this rat nest. And then what I did with the gauges here, I picked these up on Amazon. This one right here has its own GPS for the speedometer to work, and then it keeps the mileage. It has a high beam light on it, so when I turn on the Euro lights on the grill, that'll turn on, and then it has a left and right signal indicator, and then that stuff works off the box relay. If not, I could wire up some relays to make that work. My fuel gauge is a needle, so it's not digital, so I should be able to have the sender in the back here be able to send what fuel I have in there. And the other gauge there is the RPM gauge. So since I'm not using a magic box, that should be easy to wire into the VR6. What else I got going on here? I got to clean all this stuff off here. I got to replace some of these rubber moldings. I put some in, but then you can see here I have like a little cut. And I believe they make this little metal thing for this, but I got to see if I could find that, or maybe I could find that on Eurotrip, and maybe somebody has an idea out there. I got to get the sunroof. I got a new molding on that, but I got to get that installed. Let me walk around this other side. I got a new fuel tank in. The sender was a little rusty from old gas, but I put that in CLR, and I let it sit for like 2-3 days, and it cleaned all the rust off. It was amazing. So we're using kicker speakers. These are the ones I'm using in the front. So here they are right here. And then that's the spacer in the back. And then I got the grill cover for it. Then I'm using 2 of those on the top right here. And then I'm using the 4x6 that go on the corners here. So I have 4 in the back, 2 in the front. Little sub. That's all I need. I'm using a little touchscreen radio that's going to give me Apple CarPlay, rear view camera. That's about it. It seems a lot, but you know, I don't work on this car every day. Usually wait for my mechanic to show up. Then if you see in here, right underneath here is where we have the hydraulic clutch. So that's a pain in the ass. That's right there. And then when you press on the clutch, these things kind of flex. So I'm gonna have to get a little metal bracket and re-secure this from this bolt, bring it up, and then bolt it to this top piece of metal here. So I gotta get so that this thing doesn't flex too much. Because I could feel it flexing. I felt it flexing with the cabrio, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that on this. Then we gotta get those brackets. I gotta weld those brackets in. So it's still a lot to go. I'm just trying to hopefully get more progress done here when my boy comes back. As far as the engine goes, it's running. I still got to get the AC stuff situated here. That's not my main rush. I'm waiting for brand new silicone hoses because the ones I ordered were for a 12 valve. And I needed the R32 ones because that's the same kind of fitment on this motor. So those are coming in hopefully this week. This is my top fill. I got this on Amazon and it holds pressure, so it's pretty good. Then I got this other bottle back here that it just fell. This is going to be for my power steering. I picked this up on Amazon, which is pretty cool, and then it has a rubber thing on it, so it holds pretty good. So I didn't want to use the plastic stuff that Volkswagen uses, so I'm going to be using that. Then we had this elbow. I changed the couplers on it because they were blue, if you remember from my last video, and I'm using an mk1 GTI. This is from my old Golf R mk1 that I ended up changing to an APR, so I saved the box. But I integrated it on this so that at least the motor looks pretty stock, you know. Power steering, AC, definitely running in here. Got a 21x11 condenser in the front. I took the Euro grills off of my cabrio because they didn't fit due to the turbo intercooler that we had on here. And then I put it on here on this. All the lights are working, so you can see they're there. I got to put those on. Just a lot of little things to do, man. Still got to get that one windshield wiper in because we got one windshield wiper. I got to move the clutch reservoir. I got to put it here. Sunday, we're going to be removing the old brake booster and the master cylinder. We're going to be putting one in from a cabriolet because it's smaller. And then we're going to have to re-bleed the brakes. So, it's a lot, man. I don't even know how I'm going to get this done, but I'm trying to. I mean, they got a whole list of stuff here. Cooling hoses, horns, fuse box mount, door lock relays, which are this. Seat relays, I don't think I need those, but I got the wiring in there for the seats already because these cars have power seats where they go up and down. I got to mount the dash, the knee bar. This is not my handwriting. It's my friend's handwriting. Electrical check, nut check, lower stress bar. I got to put that in, which is the X brace. The brake boosters we got to put in, mount the flares and the headliner, which I just got to make sure that the flares are not going to fall off. I got to take them off, clean all this stuff up, double stick tape them with 3M, get the windows in. These are my speaker wires for the back. That's my sub speaker wire there. And then there should be another set of speakers. There's 2 wires there for 2 speakers, 2 wires here for another set. And then I got to clean all that stuff off there and get that going. And that's about it. So that's the progress that we're at right now. It's just taking a little longer because I don't work on this every day. And then when I look at it, I'm just like kind of speechless. I'm like, man, what can I do? What can I do right now to just get this thing going? You know, most of you guys will be like, man, work on that rat's nest. But my buddy is the one that's doing that, so I don't want to touch his work. Because if I mess something up, he's probably going to get upset. So he's going to be here on Sunday. And hopefully we could get that done. So I'll probably start cracking on something else here in a little bit. That's about it. Has some old rims here from my son's GTI from his Mark 7. I think we only put like 1,000 miles on those rims, so now I got to sell them. There's no scratches on them. They're 18s. I wish they were smaller because I would just put them on this. And then I would just get the 4x5x112 adapters, but, you know, I can't do that. And then eventually I got to find some cooler rims for this car. Even though they look cool, I want to try to see if I can get something more original. I didn't put those mirrors in. I have the mirrors that have the little knobby on there, but I wanted to keep the door cards clean, so I threw these on because I didn't want to use the little knobby that goes here to move the mirror. I just figured, you know, be better off with that. Just try to keep it more simple. Less things that'll break, the better. Brand new carpet in here. So hopefully it'll look good when we're done. If you guys got any other questions, let me know. We're just trying to get this done. It's It's just a lot for two guys, and especially my man is up in here all the time just working on it, and then I'm busy in my own office because I run my own business, and then I gotta come back here and give him a hand and whatnot. I'm missing the latch cable, so I put this latch cable in, but then I end up ordering the wrong one. So I'm wondering, I'm probably gonna put like a longer pole on there, weld a longer pole this way, then I could just stick my finger in there and just pop the hood open. And I'll probably put a hood pin in here that just, you know, for the alarm system. And the alarm system is just mostly for me to open and unlock the doors. I'm pretty much never going to leave this car unattended, but if I do end up going out one day with it and going out to eat with my wife, then I guess the alarm will work. So that's where we're at right now. Just want to kind of give you guys an update on it, just to show you where I'm at. I know it still looks the same, but, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Some guys just have all the time in the world and they could work on their cars all day. A bunch of YouTubers out there that this is all they do every day. I don't. I still run a business. I'm not making any money off of YouTube. Hopefully maybe one day. But we'll see. We'll see. So hope you guys like the progress. Comment if you got any questions about my build, and let me know. Of course, everything in the back is Dynamax back there. Well, I got the heat insulation on the firewall in there. I did that. The whole underneath of the car, I did scraped it all down. I painted it with Pour 15, and then after that, I Linexed it, and then I laid this material that I have up here. It's kind of like a Dynamax, which I got to redo some of it. Some of it fell off there. Oh yeah, we did put a Fuba antenna on here, so I'm gonna be running a Fuba antenna on this. Okay, so there's just some things I got to do, but then I got to get all the rubber moldings in. The more I look, the more things I got to do. So hopefully I get all this stuff done. We got a bunch of stuff labeled in here, like the rubber seals, the AC vents are in there, VR6 parts are in here, old 16 valve stuff in here, the other Recaro seats up there. I got another set of rims I had there that I was going to use on my Cabrio, and I took them off. So there's just a bunch of little miscellaneous things. I still got to put the switches in for the AC to work. There's so much stuff. I got to run over to Harbor Freight and pick up some stuff, but hopefully you guys like where it's coming from. If you guys want the file for this, just hit me on a comment below. I could send you the file, then you guys could 3D print it. I have another file with that in the center, and then the two ones on the corner. If you want that file, I did that too. That's the only right I'm doing. I just wanted something to offset the seats a little bit just to have it. I'm not doing anything else. So hope you guys like where I'm at right now. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, follow the channel, comment below, and hopefully the next video will be more progress to this next week, and then us driving the car, and then hopefully, you know, after that I'll be at Euro tripping when this car will be out there, and then all the other guys that are, you know, from Florida and where they come from, wherever, to be a part of that. So thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel, and hopefully you guys have a great new year and a safe one. Thanks again.